Welcome back to the Canto Kid. I'm your boy Noah. Today we are here with
Ron Pasco with Thunder Games.
and we are interviewing him. So first question, who's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon, actually I like this card, which is the Ancient Mew. This is my favorite card here. One of the reasons it's my favorite, it is so beat up that this is my cautionary tale for people to get proper sleeves and binders.
I actually have a Mew that got graded. I got graded and it came back in an 8 and I was like, oh, I wanted it in a 10. But what is your favorite board game?
My most played board game I've ever done is Risk. I have played probably 2,000-3,000 times I've played Risk. So by default, that would be my favorite.
I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I like Parcheesi, but that's pretty much it.
No, Parcheesi is a fine game.
Yeah. What advice would you give your younger self?
Probably to save a little bit more money and buy a game store earlier, because I didn't buy one until I was old enough to collect Social Security, and it's harder when you're older.
Yeah, I bet. Why did you start a gaming shop?
Ever since I was about 20 years old, I wanted to start a game store. I was a big role-playing gamer, so I played a lot of D&D. I actually wrote and sold hundreds of copies of a book, and the opportunity came up to buy this store, and I jumped on it. I retired that day, bought the store.
We try to play D&D, huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty hard. Maybe you can teach us.
Sure, love to.
All right, what are 3 board games people should come and check out?
Well, I have 3 that are easy for people to play. So Clover is a party game, and it takes about 1 minute to learn. And we've played it here several times. It's a lot of fun. You put words together and try to have other people guess what you're thinking. Splendor is a game that's very easy. I can explain this to somebody in about 3 minutes how to play it, and have them playing in about 5 minutes. 2 to 4 players takes about a half an hour to 45 minutes. And then finally, for my top 3 here, another easy game again for people who like racing games or track games where you go around a track, called Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Wonderful game. Played it several times, and it's a lot of fun.
I think that's a great couple 3, and that people should come check it out. And what's the most expensive card in your shop?
Most expensive card in my shop right now is a Dark Magician from Legend of Blue Eyes First Edition. Not only did I get 1 of them, I have 2 of them. I'm working on getting a full play set.
How much is it?
$1,000 here in the store, or $1,300 if you go to TCG. I'd make the trip from even Oregon to save that kind of money.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, that card that I thought, but unless you had a different one. But I definitely would never buy that. But I could probably make some money off of it if I sell it.
Probably. I hope to.
All right, well, next question. What advice would you give a starting collector?
A starting collector? Well, number 1, if you're collecting, whether it's for you or whether it's to sell the cards later, get the proper tools. It's not the most exciting part of it, but sleeves, outer sleeves, a good zippered binder. This will protect your cards and keep you from having things like this, which, by the way, if this were graded, would probably be about a 1.
It's pretty rare to get a 1.
I would have hopes maybe for a 3. But yeah, getting the proper tools, it's the best way to do it. Invest in your hobby. Get the proper stuff to go with it, because at some point you may want to sell your collection. At some point you might want to get some cards graded, and this is just vital.
What's a good recommendation on binders?
Any zippered binder will do. I'd go with a zippered binder rather than an elastic band one. We sell Ultra Pro and Gamegenic binders here, and people like those quite a bit. I sell several of those, every time there's a new set that comes out.
Yeah, all of our good cards, we always, unless they're like really expensive, we put them in a hard sleeve. If it's just like a V that might be like a couple bucks, we just put it in a sleeve and say whatever. But speaking of 3, I actually got a Mewtwo Gold Star. That's a 3. It was really jank, but we got it for $12. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And usually it's like 300 maybe or something like that. But what's the future of Thunder Games?
Well, Thunder Games' future is kind of like its past, which is we've been hosting several card games here. We do a tournament every single night. Some days we do as many as 3 tournaments. I see more of the cards taking over and a little less of the board games.
Yeah.
Because people will buy cards every week. People buy board games every 3 months. And so eventually I may open up a location in Western Michigan because I might have the opportunity to go live near my sister-in-law.
All right.
That'll become more clear to him much later.
So you told me that you have to drive 1 car to work every day.
I drive the same car every day, and I've owned the thing since 2016.
Well, if you had to have 1 car besides that car, which one would it be?
I think I would go with the Dodge Charger, or I'd get a Challenger with the Hemi engine.
I would get something that like has more mileage on it, so maybe like a Subaru or something like that.
That's what I drive right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good cars.
They are good, but you did ask what was my fantasy vehicle.
It's mine too. I always tell her 2-seater. Need it.
That's right.
What Pokemon do you think smells the worst?
Well, at first I'd go with Charizard because something's always going to be on fire. But I think that I would go with Slow King on this because he doesn't look like he has much of an ambition to really do a lot of self-care.
Yeah.
It's just a guess, but probably a good one.
I would go with Gardevoir, that trash Pokemon. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of Gardevoir.
Gardevoir.
Nope, haven't.
He's a trash Pokemon.
Yeah, Charizard come along, that smell really good. Nothing like a trash fire.
Tell us about different gaming nights here.
Well, starting on Mondays, we do Magic and Lorcana. Tuesday, we do Yu-Gi-Oh! Wednesday, we do Pokemon and Lorcana. On Thursday, we do Yu-Gi-Oh! Friday, we do One Piece. Saturday, we do One Piece, Digimon, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! And then on Sunday, we do Pokemon, and sometimes on Sundays, we'll do special events for the other card games. So I'll do up to 11 or 12 tournaments here in a week.
I can't even remember that now.
No, I know. That's why we have it posted on our Discord, which is Thunder Games LLC on Discord.
All right,
I can't keep track of it.
What's the hardest part about owning a card shop?
Guessing what people will want. As a card shop, we have to order everything maybe as much as 9 months ahead of time before it releases. And so, like, there's a new Pokemon set coming out. I would have to tell them what I want today for cards they won't give me until December or January or maybe even February. So reading the minds of my customers, that's the hardest part. Purchasing properly.
Yeah.
So in that, do you look at like what, like Noah's very good about looking at like the the pulls of the next set. Usually they get released in
By
January.
the time we see any of that, my ordering window is closed.
Okay.
So I get nothing but rumors. Ask people, hey, how do you feel about the new set? They almost always tell me the wrong thing. If I just ordered opposite to what people tell me, I would be better off almost all the time. In Pokemon, I knew 151 was going to be popular,
Yeah.
but I had no idea that I would sell out of it almost instantly.
Yeah.
So I would have ordered 4 times as much.
Yeah, I bet that's pretty hard.
The other hard part is you don't always get what you ask for. In some cases, like I might order 106 shooters. I put 106 shooters on for a set that's coming out in March, and I might get 100, I might get 50, I might get 20. So between trying to guess what's going to be cool and knowing what I can get and planning on, how I'm going to pay the bills, that's the hardest parts.
Yeah, I bet that's really
It is.
hard. Why should people come play TCGs at card shops?
Well, card shops are a social place, right? People get together, they make friends here, whether they're playing cards. I have a group in the back right now that's playing a Fallout role-playing game. Most of these people wouldn't know each other unless they met each other at a card shop. And you might have a friend or two, but all of a sudden you can have 10 or 20 friends. And a lot of friendships are made here at the card shop. It's just a nice place. You don't have to clutter up the kitchen table. And then you can cycle through, meet a bunch of people, maybe win a prize, special events that happen, special promotions that we give away, free stuff. So, but really the biggest thing is it's a social place. And there's not many of those places left.
Yeah. All right, so last question. Who should I interview next?
Well, I think... I remember who you told me you interviewed last. I think you should interview Lotus Guild.
Lotus Guild Games?
Yes, they are a card shop much like mine. They have more floor space, but I think we do about the same amount of business.
We haven't been at Lotus for a long time because they got rid of their Pokemon. And now it's just
well, then the heck with that.
That's fine. You have a good relationship with Jeremy. It'd be a good interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he's not doing Pokemon, that means he just doesn't like kids?
Just Noah.
Oh, golly, that's harsh. For other Pokemon shops, maybe strategy and games, but I don't think they have Pokemon tournaments. I might be the last shop in town with a Pokemon tournament, and I do 2 a week.
So everyone has to come to Thunder Games, right?
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, check, but I think that might be the case then. I did not know that Jeremy had stopped doing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Sunday at 1 o'clock is Pokemon here, and it's all ages. It averages about 10 or 11 years old. So
Nice.
it's a great place.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you. We might come here on whenever the date was on Pokemon. I have no idea what
Sunday.
day it is now.
Sundays, 1 o'clock, all ages.
All right. Well, thank you. Why don't you tell the people where we're at and where they can find you?
Okay. Thunder Games is located in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, right off of Highway 95. Best way to find us is look for the Home Depot. We're in the southwest corner of their parking lot. A little tricky getting here sometimes, but definitely worth it. We'd love to have you over here. And thank you, Noah.
Yeah, thank you. Well, your boy Noah, outski. Nil. Bye.